I can't even open the door. Ah! Oh, you c***. Broke my back for no reason. Hi guys, welcome back to another video. So I wanted to do an upgrade to the window wind deflectors. I've been on Facebook asking people about the North Coast 500, if it's busy, what the midges are like and stuff, and they're saying it's torrential. I do have the midge net in the back, which I can leave open, but I think for being stealthy and obviously being safer as well, because we did get the window deflectors, I want to try something and see if it works. The window would normally come down to about here and you've got this much gap. So what I'm planning on doing is putting a piece of wood along here, and then in the middle I'm going to put black midge net basically running all the way down, and that's to let airflow in but to keep out the bugs. Like, I'm the biggest worst when it comes to spiders and that, I hate them. So I want to be able to leave my window down and no look in the front in the morning and just want to put the van on fire. I've got an idea how I'm going to build it, but we'll see how we get on. So let's get cracking. So for this we're going to need scissors, midge net, a marker, something to trace the window with, a staple gun, and this is just to push this up into the window a bit. Let's get to it. So what we need to do is basically trace the outline of this. I think I only need to go to about here. So I think the easy way to do this is just trace it with the window up. Right. And we'll obviously need to put another piece on because it's no long enough, but that's ideal. Use a bit of tape just to hold it in place. This is what I'm like at Christmas with sellotape. Let's go a little bit up here first. Kind of like that. And this is just to hold it in place while I press in with the spatula. Oh, I forgot the spatula as well, shit. Oh, it's all the way over there. I can't even open the door. Ah! Hey. Do you know what, I don't even need that. Broke my back for no reason. And that's that. So, disclaimer, I did fail in my first attempt. So, I had to do another one. Failed attempt number one, and it's because when I put it down, this side with the tape caught this side, and then when I pulled them apart, it came apart here. Tried to stick it back together, but I didn't trust the shape. Let's get this cut. Right, let's check the fit. Hey. That'll do, donkey. So before we commit anything to the wood, we're going to template it with a bit of cardboard. And if you've watched the build series, you know I love using a bit of cardboard. And the perfect template we shall make. So we'll have a few tries at this. I think the best way would be to tape it. Oh, come on. If I was to offer up any advice, probably do it in the house when it's no windy. So all I'm really looking for is this edge and here. I'm not really caring about this part because I'll measure down how far I want it to go. So pro tip, use thinner cardboard. Yep, so we're in the ballpark. I've got another piece of cardboard, so I'm going to trace this onto the other piece of cardboard, which is a lot easier to cut, it's a lot thinner as well. Let's even get away with using the scissors this time. A lot more neater. So we clearly don't need this bit. And so with that, that's a pretty good fit. Now what I'm going to do is just make a template of this, and this will be more accurate and I'll be able to cut this a lot better. We'll see if we can cut it in the van. And voila, so that fits in the channel. That. There you are. And then all I need to do is go on the outside and make a line for where I want it to go. So technically, all I need to do is just make it the same line as here, and then we're off to the races. So let's do one clean motion. So the vision that I've got is this is obviously the edge that goes into the door, and if you can see the line here, this is how much is going to basically at the bottom of it. So my idea is to cut a hole in the middle from here all the way down, and then staple the midge net covering the hole, and that will allow airflow as well as keeping the bugs out. And check the fit. So this is when the window's up, what it will be like. I'll do it, I'm not taking any more off. And the pen's obviously running out because I've got it tilted. There is probably 1,000 better ways of doing this. That'll do it, so I've got a rough outline of where I want it to go. Then obviously everything in the middle is going to go. So I think it goes without saying, because it is flimsy cardboard, I'm going to need to watch him cutting it. I've just thought of something. This is definitely going to lose its shape. The easiest way to do this is use the raw template to get the outline, and then put it back in the window to get the middle part, and then we can cut it. So let's do the fit test. Well, there you are. As you can see, it's still a good bit of gap. Oh, sorry, that was me. It's pretty cool. So we're nearly there. So all I'm going to do is just mark bits here and bits there, and then that should be it. We can get the midge net one, so let's do it. So just to show you guys, I've actually just done the lines already. I'm just going to cut it off here, just to keep more support and rigidity for the wood. So we've got it all mapped out, so all we need to do now is just cut it. Shit, disaster. That's alright, we'll fix that. Well, that's a pain in the arse. But truth be told, I can't be bothered making another one, so it'll need to work. That's my crude repair. Doesn't matter, putting it together. Let's go and fit it and see how it looks. So it is kind of flimsy. I'm going to try and add something to it to see if it strengthens it. Let's just get a fit test. Oh, you c***. Oh my god, man. Is it wrong that I still think I can save it? Oh, it's all over the place now, innit? Nah, gutted. So guys, that's just the way it goes. Sometimes you win, sometimes you don't. Some ideas pan out, some ideas don't. And I think it was just because of how thin, because this was 3mm ply, and it was just too fragile, it was just too thin. So like you can see there, it just wasn't enough. And I think with the window going up and stuff, it was never going to work. You win some, you lose some, and that's all right. We'll figure something else out later. So back to the drawing board. I do have a few weeks to go before we go to the North Coast, so there is time to try and think of something else. So I'll catch you guys in the next video. Wait, I think I've just saved this episode. So I've went back in the house with my tail between my legs, and I was sitting thinking, how else can I get the airflow whilst keeping the rigidity? And I thought, what if I just drill holes through it rather than one big piece? So I'll be honest, a day passed and then I come up with the idea. But unfortunately, when I finished the episode, I just went straight to the dump, get rid of a lot of cardboard, get rid of the wood that I had, and then when I went to B&Q, they never had any left. So I've had to settle for some hardboard. But it's alright, we'll make it work. This is actually going to be a lot simpler, so all we need to do is just draw the template, cut it out, and then start putting holes in the wood. And while I was there, I also got some spray paint as well. So, quick fit test, and it fits. Same again, just draw the line. So the new lines that I've made are nothing more just so I know where to put the holes. See, a fun tip as well, if you've no sandpaper, use a stone. I mean, it doesn't replace sandpaper, but as you can see, it's a lot more smoother. It's definitely sanded it down a bit, so let's get the holes drilled into it. So, something like that. There you go, it's a bit more substantial now, so we'll get it cleaned up. So that's it all cleaned up. It's a lot more rigid and it's going to let some airflow in as well. Not as much as it being a big gap, mind you, but it's still better than nothing. Let's get it sprayed and then we'll get it covered. So that's that now painted, time to get the cloth on it. Bit crude, but you get the point. So I'll just let it completely dry and then we'll trim up the edges with a Stanley knife. It's not going to win any prizes for the best looking, but that's not really what we're after, is it? So look at that. You can see the holes. I'm chuffed to bits with that. From the outside, it doesn't even look that different, and especially this is mostly going to be getting used at night time, so it doesn't really matter. And all this is just to let airflow in, but no bugs, no spiders, no midges. So guys, what was almost a failure, we managed to salvage in the end. I'm pretty happy with the result that I got. I did want the big gap, but you'd probably be better using a piece of plastic or a thin piece of aluminium. That might work a wee bit better. To not have this down North Coast 500 could have been a bit of a disaster with the midges. But I mean, we don't need to use it, but it is there if we need it. A very easy thing to do in your car, guys, especially if you've got these wind deflectors. But if you don't have the wind deflectors, you could still do this because it is going up the channel in the window. If I didn't have the wind deflectors outside, this would still be here to stop anything crawling in and flying in. and you would still get some airflow. Definitely a good wee upgrade for doing the North Coast 500 with. So as always guys, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to like it, drop me a wee comment and let me know. And if you haven't already, why not consider subscribing, hit that bell notification so you're always notified when I release a new video. Until next time guys, peace.